900 plus. And to them, oh, that he lived a long life. 900. And say, for 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday. He's saying that our life, no matter how long you live, is short. No matter how, even if you live 100 years old, honestly, I don't want to live 100. And in this case, even if you live 1,000 years old, it's short. It's like going on vacation, right? You go on the vacation. Let's say it's a 10-day vacation. The first day you said, oh man, I still have 10 days to go. This is a long vacation. On the 10th day, what will you say? Wow, how short naman. Tapos na. Right? It says, that 1,000 years is just like yesterday. How long was yesterday? So short. Unless yesterday you're getting a root canal without anesthesia. That will feel a long day. But in general, right? In general, it's short. Especially if you're getting older. Right? All of a sudden, if you look past your life, you say, parang kailan lang grade school lang ako Ngayon, high school na ako. Right? So, Tino, how does life feel? Short? Yeah. It's a short life still. Right? And here, Moses is trying to open up our eyes. That our life here on earth is short even if you live 1,000 years old. 1,000 years. That is like yesterday. Or like a watch in the night. How long did you sleep last night? Sam, how long did you sleep?
7 hours.
It felt how many minutes? Right? Moses is saying that is how short our life is. It's as if you fell asleep and when you woke up, you said, what? I slept for 8 hours? Well, yes. It felt like 10 minutes. How true, right? How true. And here, Moses wants us to see and realize that our life here on earth is indeed short. And we should not waste our life. Imagine, short na nga ang life mo, winis mo pa. What's up with that? Right? Especially, as I said, Rafael and Cheska, they graduated already. I'm happy for you guys. But you guys, who are still in school, sabi nga, push pa more. Really, it matters. Verse 5. And as Moses was remembering his ancestors who lived for X number of years, by the way, we know the Pentateuch was written supposedly by Moses. So he was recalling the things he's written. Verse 5, you carried them like a flood. They are like asleep. In the morning, they are like grass, which grows up. Again, here, Moses remembers the great flood. The flood that came unexpectedly. Right? People were having fun, not believing. And God swept away the life of man in a flood. Suddenly, unexpectedly. And yet, Moses is saying, life is such. A flood comes, kills everything in sight. Pampanga, right? Lahar. I remember after what do you call this? The Pinatubo. Diba, talagang, what year was that? I don't know. Who was alive then? I was still alive. I was alive then. How about you? Were you alive then? No, not yet. No, no, not yet. Not. Ganun katagal na ba yun? Oh, but guys, trust me. During that time, it was pitch gray. It was all gray. No life. Now, after a few years, I saw, may plant. May ganun na, parang develop na, di ba? And this is what God is saying here. One generation will be wiped out. Every generation, walang exemption. Lahat mamamatay. But as one generation passes away, another generation rises up to take their place, to die again. And they die. And another generation rises up. It will flourish for a time, yet eventually the flood will come and wipe them out again. Yet, in contrast to God, God endures. No matter anong baha, yung mountain nandun pa eh. Right? Psalm 102 verse 11 says, "My days are like a shadow that lengthens, and I wither away like grass." In Psalm 103, "As for a man, his days are like grass." And the thing here is not, the big problem is not that man will die. That is not the big problem of man. The big problem of man is that he is a sinner. And because he is a sinner, when he dies, he will face the wrath of God. He will be consumed by the anger of God. Verse 5. I'm sorry. Pamilya tayo borrow your Bible. Take it from here. Verse 6. In the morning it flourishes and sprouts away, towards evening it fades and withers. Verse 7. For we have been consumed by your anger, and by your wrath we have been dismayed. That's the problem. Because man is sinful. He will die, and when he dies, he will face judgment. He will face God. Verse 9, for all our days have declined in your fury. We have finished our years like a sigh. 10, as for the days of our life, they contain 70 years, or if due to strength, 80 years. Yet their pride is but labor and sorrow. You know, that's so painful. It says there, even if you're rich, even if you're powerful, even if you know, yesterday we were here, no? I saw this grandmother, naka-wheelchair, right? Naka-wheelchair. With a, parang oxygen, mukhang high-tech eh. Mukhang high-tech oxygen. Very small at the back. I don't know how she eats. But she's there, and she had 5 nurses in tow. And nagbubuffet nga rin eh. Nakita ko. And the thing is, yes, you have the money. Yes, you might extend your life. You might extend it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But at the end of the day, what does it say in verse 10? And they boast is only labor and sorrow. Why do you want to prolong your life if that life, that prolonged life, will only give you what? Labor and sorrow. And Moses, you boast about that you were able to extend your life here on earth because you're powerful and you're rich. You know how futile this life is. That extended life is full of labor and sorrow. Ang sakit nun. That's a painful That's a painful thing, a painful reality. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Second Corinthians chapter 5 says, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may be recompensed for his deeds in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad." One day, we will stand in judgment before God. And here, Moses is trying to open our eyes, saying, realize your life is transit. You're aliens, you're stranger. This is not permanent. Your life is short, no matter how long you live. Don't waste your life pursuing things that are meaningless. That's why in verse 12 it says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may present to you a heart of wisdom." Lord, teach us to number our days. You know, for a person who's sick, and the doctor tells them, you know what, you have 2 months to live. I bet you that 2 months of his or her life will be meaningful. That person will be able to prioritize things properly. He or she will be doing things that matters the most. And Moses, in light of all the death that he was seeing around him, is praying to God, God, teach me to number my days. Let me realize that my days are numbered. So that if I am convicted by that, if I am sure about that, I would live my life not wastefully, and I will be able to present to you a heart of wisdom. A life that was lived not foolishly. Psalm 39 verse 4. They say it's written by David. It says, "Lord, make me know my end, and what is the measure of my days, that I may know how much frail I am." Lord, let me know my end. Knowing the fact that one day you will die, and if you are convicted by that truth, you are to live a life that is meaningful. A lot of us, especially if you're young, your belief is, I have a long life to live. I have tomorrow. My days now doesn't matter yet. But it does. Don't waste it. The days that you have lived in the past are gone forever. And because of the fact that we are here on earth for a very short time, God is encouraging us to live wisely. Because one day you will meet your daddy. Wisdom is knowing that your days are numbered and not pursuing it in vainless pursuits. That is wisdom. Realizing that my days are numbered. Because of that, because I have 10 more days. Let's say I have 10 more days to live. Will I use it up watching YouTube? We say no. Yet we live our life as if our days are not numbered.